Good evening, this is DMK201 Marketing Analytics and Insights project presentation by Nick Burma, 7 April 19. The scope and context of this presentation will be to inform a business owner of the nature of data and its value in achieving business objectives. In this case, the business is Amanda's campground, which is located in a beachside setting on the Sunshine Coast in Queensland. ACG, Amanda's Campground, has not employed digital marketing in the past. The scope of the presentation will cover off on the use of data and proper messaging, data as a metric and commodity, big data, correlation and causation, known and unknown data, first, second and third party data, and one-to-one communication, as well as data visualization and narratives. The use of data to enhance the ability to deliver the right message to the right person at the right time. Data encompasses all that is known about either existing customers or potential customers or leads, subject to where they are in the marketing funnel. By way of brief explanation, the marketing funnel is used to trace leads and customers throughout their entire experience, with a brand from initially becoming aware of it and developing a further interest, being a lead, making a purchase, conversion, and establishing a relationship as a repeat customer. In identifying where they are situated in the marketing funnel, the most appropriate marketing products can be directed to individuals with the objective of motivating them to move towards initial and repeat purchases. As this is an ongoing process, there will be customers who have a history with the brand and on whom there are considerable data holdings comprising biographical, interests, behaviour and past purchases, etc. There will also be individuals who are unknown to the brand but represent a cohort that is likely to have an interest in its products and services. The data holdings will provide insights into actual and expected customer behaviour and interests. These insights will enable marketing products to be directed to individuals at times when they are most likely to either make further purchases or convert from leads into initial customers through a first purchase. Using data in this manner enables a customer or lead to receive a message that is relevant and appropriate to them at that particular time, which increases the likelihood of it being actioned in accordance with the marketer's objectives. In the case of ACG, special offers for campsites outside of school holidays may not suit customers with school-aged children. However, this may be an optimal period to attract touring retirees. Clearly, the timing of the message has to be such that either segment can take advantage of the offer concerned. Data as a metric or as a commodity. A crucial attribute of data is its omnipresence and seemingly infinite availability. Because of these qualities, data can be used simultaneously for a variety of purposes and in different ways. At a fundamental level, it can be a metric as well as a commodity. In the case of the former, it can be used for reporting, analysis and optimization of routine business operations, including business intelligence, and it would, for instance, be used for ACG's day-to-day business operations and decision-making, including long-term strategic outlooks. Data plays a critical role in assessing the efficacy of digital marketing activities. Consequently, ACG could expect to use data to assess a wide range of marketing key performance indicators. These would include sales revenue, or the dollar returns on the advertising campaign, cost per lead for both inbound and outbound marketing, customer lifetime value, or comprising the value of sales and frequency or rate of sales over the average period of customer retention, inbound marketing return on investment, traffic to lead ratio or new contact rate, being website traffic rates compared to lead creation, and landing page conversion ratios, the proportion of marketing created leads to sales led conversions. When data is used as a commodity, it assumes an intrinsic value to not only its originator, but also any other interested parties. Consequently, data may be owned, sold, and purchased. Therefore, an organisation such as ACG could expand its data beyond its own holdings of customer records. It may purchase or exchange data with other businesses such as retail outlets or vehicle hire companies, or acquire it from data brokerage firms. The additional data allows for deeper analysis of customer behaviour and interests to inform more effective marketing. It also identifies further potential leads that can be targeted for entry into ACG's marketing funnel. When used as a commodity, legislative and ethical issues need to be considered regarding data. Customer data invariably concerns a variety of information regarding individuals. The ready access to data does not alleviate the need for certain types of information to be protected or not collected at all. In general terms, any personal identifiable information falls within this category, and its management is specified by legislation or other policies such as the Commonwealth Privacy Act 1988, the Australian Notifiable Data Breaches Scheme, or the European Union's General Data Protection Regulation. For the purposes of this presentation, data commodification needs to take account of relevant legal requirements for its secure and ethical handling by all parties with access to it, particularly personal identifiable information. Big data. Big data is generally associated with the 3 V's. That is, data contains a greater V for variety of elements, exists in higher V for volumes, and is actioned at ever-increasing V for velocities. Aside from size, business data sets are typically more complex and invariably beyond the capacity of traditional data processing software. Despite the challenges associated with it, big data facilitates the solving of problems that previously could not be answered easily. From a marketing perspective, big data provides insights to customer behaviour that would otherwise have remained hidden. The 2 aspects of big data that require consideration, and they are causation and correlation. Causation, in simple terms, comprises the presence of 2 variables simultaneously or in sequence, with the existence of one having an effect on the other. For example, the absence of stock causes the lack of sales. Furthermore, the lack of sales causes a decrease in revenue. From a marketing perspective, website unavailability would cause an absence of inquiries and other visits. In statistical terms, correlation, for its part, is the degree of association between 2 random variables. However, notwithstanding the strength of association, one variable does not influence the other. Therefore, based on the previous example, an inaccessible website would inhibit sales, but on any given day, so too would other factors, such as promotion of a similar product by a competitor. Therefore, it is necessary to ensure that the distinction between the 2 are understood. It is accepted that correlation does not imply causation, and therefore it is important to accurately identify which of the 2 is in action. This is to ensure that ineffective or negative elements of a marketing campaign are corrected. Elsewhere, it seeks to prevent funds from being expended unnecessarily on a relationship between variables that is coincidental and not a feature in campaign results. Known and unknown data. Known data is information about individuals who the organisation knows. Typically, this will comprise customers with a purchase history or other individuals who have provided some level of information during their visit to the website or through some other avenue of inquiry. The key aspect to known data or known customer or lead is the allocation of a unique identifier to the individual, which enables them to be tracked throughout their visit to the website or other interaction with the organisation. This enables the development of greater insight to the individual's behaviour, interests, and potentially future intent. Unknown data concerns individuals about whom the organisation has scant information and who do not have a unique identifier. The interaction may be limited solely to a visit to the website. It's important to note that not every unknown individual will ever become known. At the same time, it is possible that an individual will become known only at the time of conversion in the marketing funnel when they make a purchase and are therefore managed by sales staff rather than marketers. Despite being an unknown entity, there are a number of pieces of data that are readily available to marketers regarding the identity of the visitor, such as user browser, operating system, the site from which the individual came from, the IP address, and geolocation. Marketers can build on this initial information to convert unknown individuals to known individuals and to establish contact with them and to gain, in an attempt to gain a greater insight to their interests, behaviour and intentions. These efforts could include a contact us invitation, an offer to download an ebook, an invitation to sign up to an online event, for example a webinar, or an offer of a subscription to an email list. Each action should be carefully calibrated to ensure that the individual is not requested to provide extensive contact and personal details in complete disproportion to the level of contact being made. Similarly, any contact should be brief and simple to complete to avoid the individual abandoning the process partway through due to frustration and loss of incentive. First, second, and third-party data. These are the three types of data that a marketing campaign can expect to use. First-party data is that data that has been collected by the organisation itself, for example, ACG. This would include available details of existing customers, leads, and unknown individuals who are still being processed further. Second-party data is actually the first-party data of another organisation. As discussed earlier, an organisation such as ACG may purchase it or acquire it through exchange arrangements to expand its own data holdings for more comprehensive analysis. Finally, third-party data is collected and collated by an entity that has no involvement in the industry of the organisation concerned, for example, ACG and camping-related activities. Instead, its sole objective is to collect data across any segment and make it available for a price to any entity conducting marketing or other analytics. Marketers can use all three types of data to gain insights to customer behaviour, interests, and further intentions. Generally, the multi-source data is brought together in a customer relationship management tool, or CRM. By expanding the data already available for analysis, that being first-party data, marketers can conduct lookalike modelling, that is, identification of segments of the population that behave in a similar manner to the marketer's target audience. This enables the widening of the marketing funnel to capture more potential leads and subsequent customers. The deeper analysis of individuals provides the means by which a 360-degree view of the customer can be formed. This view takes account of all the touch points and channels by which the customer engages with the brand. The result is a very comprehensive insight to the customer's behaviour, interests, and potentially further or future intentions. This similar insight can be applied to potential leads with data-driven marketing strategies designed to move them through the marketing funnel. One-to-one communications. The ready availability of information means that customers are well acquainted with brands per se and the specifications of their particular products and services. Therefore, advertising of these characteristics will not readily resonate with potential customers. Instead, customers are motivated by a personal relationship with the brand in which they consider their satisfaction to be the primary objective of any interactions. That is, customers seek a one-to-one relationship with the brand. As discussed earlier, the prospect for such a relationship increases as marketers develop a greater insight to the customer's interest, behaviour and future intentions. Such insight offers the opportunity for advertisements to be tailored to match the customer concerned and suited accordingly to the platform or device in use at the time. While this personalisation is satisfying for the customer, its creation and delivery poses significant challenges for the marketers. Organisations can deal with vast numbers of individuals who are at varying points in the marketing funnel. Therefore, true personalisation in real time is not possible. As a result, marketers rely on increasingly precise segmentation of the target audience to deliver messages that, on receipt, are relevant and properly timed. At the same time, marketers require rapid feedback to ensure that the messaging is effective. As a result, marketers are increasingly relying upon artificial intelligence, or AI, and machine learning to manage customer relationships and experiences in a personalised manner. The combination of increasingly large customer data sets combined with AI and machine learning means that marketers can more quickly operate across the analytic spectrum and interact with customers in an ever-increasing personalised manner. They can, for example, conduct descriptive analysis of what happened, lowest value and degree of difficulty, through to diagnostics as to why it happened, predictive, what will happen, and finally prescriptive in terms of how can we make it or how can we make something happen which poses the highest value to the marketers and also comes with the highest degree of difficulty. Data visualization and narrative. As highlighted throughout this presentation, there are significant quantities of data available to any organisation, regardless of size. It is important that the data be used to convey important messages or narratives regarding the achievement of set marketing objectives rather than showcasing its existence. The data, therefore, should be presented in visualizations that provide a narrative in their own right and can be understood by the viewer without any additional extraneous explanations. There are a range of software applications, such as Tableau, that manipulate raw data into business intelligence and create visualizations in the form of tailored dashboards and worksheets that convey a narrative in the clearest and most easily understood manner possible. That concludes this particular presentation. I appreciate the attention that has been given to it. Thank you very much. Good evening.